Excel 2016, Module 8, pages 484 through 489. Starting on page 484, you need to read about creating nested ifs. Okay, we started with if functions, then we went to and, then we went to or. Now we're going to be doing our nested ifs. A little bit more complicated, a lot more precise on our typing, being very, very careful that we have everything punctuated correctly. Okay, so just go ahead and read about creating nested ifs on page 484 and page 485. Page 485, the example of that nested if is actually really good and pretty simple to understand. To determine the fee for a driver's license, okay, driver's license fees, they vary by age. So what we want to see happen is if the person is below 16 years old, then return the value too young. If they're 16 to 45, then return $30, 46 to 60, $25, 61 and older, $20. So you can see the little table they've laid out and kind of shown it to you about how it's going to work. So it's kind of going to be a long formula, but it's going to be really, really effective. So go ahead and read 484, 485, and 486 before you move on. Okay, because there's no point in clicking buttons. You need to understand why you're clicking those buttons. All right, on page 487, to enter nested ifs to calculate employee bonuses. Okay, so obviously we should be back in our NBHC data workbook, and we want to be on our employee data worksheet. All right, in cell N1, enter bonus amount, and press your enter key. Okay, make sure cell N2 is your active cell, and then click insert function, and we want to do an if. Okay, you should be an old hand at this by now. And up pops that nice function argument dialog box, which again you should be pretty familiar with. Step number 5, in the logical test box, type square bracket, years of service, square bracket, greater than or equal to 10. All right, square bracket, years of service, square bracket, greater than or equal to 10. Now I'm going to stop right there and go read mine again. Square bracket, years of service, square bracket, greater than, equal to 10. All right, press your tab key to move to your value of true box. All right, so in our logical test box, this test evaluates whether the employee's years of service is greater than or equal to 10. The false values to the right of the logical test box indicate that the years of service for the first few employees is not greater than or equal to 10. So don't be worried when you see all these falses. It just happens to be that those first few employees don't meet that criteria, and that's okay. Step number 6, in the value if true box, type single quotation mark, data table single quote, the absolute value of B19. Okay, single quote. Very important that you know to use a single and not a double. Data tables, and then the absolute value of B, what did I say it was, 19? All right, I'm going to stop real quick and take a look. Okay, I think mine's correct. You should have 500 showing right here. Okay. The value to the right is 500, which is the value in cell B19 of the data tables worksheet. This argument specifies that if the logical test is true, the years of service is greater than or equal to 10, display the value stored in cell B19 of the data tables worksheet. It's a $500 bonus amount. The absolute reference ensures that the formula in each row will refer to cell B19 of the data tables worksheet, which contains the bonus amount. Note that the values that change, such as the bonus amount, are stored in a separate worksheet. All right, so now we're in our value if false box. Step number 7, in the value if false box, here we go. Type if, open square bracket. You know what, I know right now I need to have a larger area to type this formula in. So if, I said open square bracket, I lied. Open parentheses. If, open paren, open square bracket, years of service, close square bracket, close square bracket. Really wish one of you was here to watch me for errors. Greater than or equal to 5, comma, single quote, data table, single quote, okay, exclamation point, absolute value of B17. Okay, I'm stopping right now because I know how easy this one is to make a big fat juicy error in. If open paren, open square bracket, years of service, I'm checking my spelling, close square bracket, greater than, equals 5, comma, single quote, data table, single quote, exclamation point. Look what I skipped. This should be B18. I skipped an entire portion. That's what happens when you're trying to record and read at the same time. So this should be the absolute value of B18, comma, single quote, data tables, single quote, and then B17. All right, let me try that again. I'm not feeling real confident about this one. All right, how many sets of parentheses do I have? I have one. I've got squares. I've got data tables. I have no other square brackets except for there. Okay, am I ready? All right, this argument is a nested if function that specifies if the logical condition is true, years of service are greater than or equal to 5, display the value stored in cell B18 of the data tables worksheet, a $250 bonus. Otherwise, display the value stored in B17 of the data tables worksheet, a $100 bonus amount. Again, you used absolute references to ensure that the formula will always refer to cell B18 and cell B17 of the data tables worksheet. The values to the right of the value if false box indicate the bonus amounts for the employees in the first few rows. I don't want to hit OK. All right, hit OK. All right, excellent. I didn't have any mistakes. And if I did, you know what? Life goes on. You just come up here and you read the formula in the book and you make your corrections, right? All right, step number 8 on page 488 is going to tell you the entire formula so that you can read it just in case you have a mistake, which is awesome because when you're first learning, finding those mistakes is not fun. So you can compare the formula in your textbook exactly to what's up here in your formula bar, and if you have an error, you can find it, okay? All right, step number 9, select the bonus values and then format the selected range using accounting format, no decimal places. You guys should be old hats at that right now. Deselect. All right. One of the things I think a lot of you learned when you're taking a test, especially, right? You always have to check the formulas and make sure that it actually works, right? So one of the things we're going to do is we're going to update the bonus amount for the years of service on page 489. Now, it's kind of hard to see, but let's pick this cell right here. Right? Because we're going to go change a value. So right now, I'm in cell N7 and it reads $500. So remember that, N7, 500. All right, go to the data tables worksheet. In cell B19, because that's what we were working with, right? Were these bonus amounts for your years of service. We're going to change 500 to 750. Yay, they get more money. That's always exciting. Now, go back to your employee data worksheet and take a look. It went from 500 to 750. So that shows that we're drawing it over correctly from that table array, right? Okay, go ahead and hit save and you're ready to move on to your next video.